This is not an issue that is limited to just a single demographic. It's everybody, and they all want the parks.
Katrine spends most of her free time handing out these Alberta park signs. They're popping up all over Calgary and Edmonton right now, and she says that people of all ages, wealth and political stance want them for their yards.
Parents call up, "Did you order this sign?" And the kid is like, "Yes," and then they rush down and they get it and they plant it in their front yard. Everybody that we talk to is really upset at this. It crosses, partisan boundaries, so there's Conservatives, there's NDP. Doesn't matter who you are a user of Alberta parks.
Back in March, the UCP announced 20 provincial parks would be closed or partially closed and no longer maintained for public use. And another 164 parks would be delisted and managed through private partnerships. The move saves the government $5 million.
And we've seen a huge pushback from Albertans on this.
Katie Morrison is with the Canadian Parks and Wilderness Society. She says when a park is managed privately, protections fall away.
When you delist a park, it opens it up for a whole bunch of other activities that are not currently allowed in parks. Forestry, we see coal mining proposals, we see oil and gas activities, and those have their place in Alberta, but they don't have their place in parks.
She says there are companies with partnerships who will be preserving the land, but is concerned about conservation efforts involving fish and wildlife in Alberta as a whole. Recently, the UCP announced $43 million for the existing parks, but as people flocked outdoors this summer, campsites were a hot commodity.
All of a sudden COVID-19 happens and people want to get out into the parks. It's more important than ever to keep these parks open.
Katrine hears the concerns of Albertans as she hands out lawn signs every weekend. She says she wishes the government would have done the same.
And not a single survey, not a single town hall, not a single consultation with an Indigenous group, nothing.
In Calgary, Taylor Braat, City News.